Well, it's the moment of truth. You may remember that last time we talked about ghosts on the show, Holly got so spooked that she actually left the studio, and that is her going. So our phobia experts have been curing viewers' fears all week, so we set them the challenge to have a go with our Holly.
Yes, well, we're joined by paranormal expert Jacky Newcomb and skeptic Chris French as we look at more of your spooky pictures, and this is the ultimate test.
How sceptical are you of this?
I'm not that sceptical of this. I mean, just having seen a little bit of Holly this morning, I mean, she seems like a different person.
I know.
I'm very impressed.
I mean, I feel like a different person. I'm not even worried about this in the slightest. I'm actually quite excited to have a lock at the pictures so I can see them and see how I react, which is
good.
Bizarre.
Well, do it on your own then.
No, you come back. Don't do that. So should we have a look at our first picture? This picture was taken of two men mending a roof. When it was developed, there was an old lady stood in the window behind the workers. She passed away 3 weeks before the photo was taken, and no one lived there anymore.
That's a great shot.
It's good, isn't it?
That is a good shot. So, I mean, right.
That does look
like an old lady at the window, doesn't it?
It does to me.
Can I say what I think that is?
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's an old lady at the window.
Right.
But a real one.
You think it's a real old lady?
Yeah, I think it's a real old lady.
But they say nobody lived there anymore.
Well, I'd like to check into that and see, you know, is there any possibility that... Is there any way that an old lady could be there at the window?
It's a ghost.
To me, it looks like an old lady at the window.
You think, why were they taking that picture?
Well, they were taking a picture of the blokes on the roof, weren't they?
Well, let's have a look at the... Go back to the big picture. Oh, I see.
So look, he looks like he's clearing it. It doesn't look like the guy down here underneath the window is posing, does he? It looks like he's clearing the stuff away. So
yeah,
it's a chance photo.
At the end of the day, it's a question of, do you think it's more likely that that's a ghost or that there really was someone?
It's almost too good, really, Philip, don't you think? It's almost
I think it's the ghost of the lady who died in the room only 3 weeks before.
Do you? I think it's fantastic.
No,
I love it.
Don't.
I think it's fantastic.
I might a bit. Well, let's have a look at this photo from Nicola Gilbert. This picture is of me and my brother on Christmas morning in 1987. There was no one stood in front of us or behind us. When the photo was developed, my granddad noticed a shadow or ghost between us, seemingly sat on the couch, but with no legs. My mum bought the house from friends who has left the house after his father passed away, and some years before his mother also. When the friend was shown the picture, he confirmed that the lady sat behind us looked like his mother.
I can't see that. I can't even
It's
see.
right at the top, Holly, where you can see, it looks like fingers there, and then that's where the head is here, right at the very top.
How can you recognise anyone from that?
Oh, that's what we thought. It
just
looks
going in a
like the
bit
top of
closer
somebody's hair if they've got a perm or something.
Yeah, but see, when you start saying it looks like it might be, you're looking for something,
It
aren't
looks
you?
like more like sort of boiling the bag rice or something, doesn't it?
I mean, if
Not as clear as the last shot,
Can come back
is
to
it?
haunt you.
Very good.
Well,
I'm not sure about that
It's a good
one.
shot, and thank you for sending it in.
OK, let's have a look. This photo was sent in by Mark Sismore, and he says, I own a very old pub in Cornwall. This picture was taken on the girls' Saturday night out. As you can see in the left-hand corner, it looks like a human face with an orb on their cranium. I've spotted lots of orbs floating around the pub on CCTV also, but this is the first picture I had. Where?
Here. It's harder to see.
So you see the
I
face
see.
there.
It's harder
and
to
there's
see this.
Oh, there is a face there.
No, that looks like a face, doesn't it? We were talking earlier and we were saying that you've got the wood at the back there, so, I mean, it could be a reflection, but it's, again, that's definitely a face.
Well, I wonder whether, and whether, you can see this lady's head, if it had been here a moment before, and just before they said, take your picture, and she'd gone like that, then is that her...
I mean, that's possible, or it's also possible that there's the kind of... We are pre-wired to see faces, you know. I mean, we see them in stains in the clouds, we see them in patterns on the wallpaper.
Yeah.
It's a very important stimulus for us, and we might just be reading that into it because it looks a bit like a face.
But it's good.
It does.
It looks a lot like
If
a
you look
face.
at also like the colours of their hair and everything, and like this shadow here, there's something that photo's exposed in a weird way, isn't it?
If you sent that to the chemist
It would
in the
come
old
back with a
days that we
sticker
did,
on
we'd
it,
have a sticker on it, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
it would.
Overexposure.
Which makes you think there's something odd's going on there.
Well, Rachel from Birmingham took this picture last year. She says, I always wondered what's going on in it, but never really knew how to ask. What is the weird black blur It isn't the camera strap. I at least know that much, but it certainly is very creepy. What's that walking through the shot?
That does look a bit weird.
I don't think, again, I mean, if you look at it closely, I think there is something in front of the lens that's actually, if you can catch, you see.
That frightened me though, because I don't think it looks like a ghost. When I saw the picture, I thought it looked like an alien. I mean, that would scare me a bit if I saw that one.
So you think it's perspective? You think that this is actually?
I think there's something out of focus in front of the lens. I mean, so I know that the person who sent it said it's not camera strap, but I mean, how do we know it's not camera strap?
Well, also, I mean, it looks like it's quite a dark room, so it could be someone walking through the shot as the picture was taken. I'm more concerned that no one seems to have noticed there's a pirate in there.
That is just
Brilliant.
Christine Bray, this photo was taken on my son Dan's 21st birthday, just in front of the chair where my dad always sat when he came to visit. Dad had died 18 months earlier. Dan's girlfriend is sat on the chair arm. We think the blur might be my dad visiting.
You don't look convinced.
Oh, you've got two things going on in this shot, though, Holly. Look, you've got the blur, but down here, and you can't see it very clearly again here, but down here, you've got it looks like an arm with a stripy shirt on, and when we saw it on the screen earlier, it absolutely looks like there's somebody sitting on there behind the blur. I'm really convinced with this one.
I'm not convinced. I think there's something, again, being held in front of the lens, possibly a glass. I mean, it's probably around Christmas or some celebration, was it?
Well, there's certainly cards up, that's for sure.
I mean, people forget. They look back at the photographs afterwards and they forget what they were doing at the time, and things have got in front of the camera lens, and then they, wow, that's weird. I mean, camera strap, people's glasses, all kinds of things.
Let's have a look at this final photo. This was taken last year in the back corner. You'll recognise this photo. You can see a figure standing there. I think this is the lady who is said to have flung herself from the attic.
You know what?
This is the picture that made you walk out.
I know, and this is the picture that now, I mean, should we bring the Speakmans in? Come in, guys, because they showed me this picture at the end of my treatment last week, and obviously this was the ultimate test for me, because this is the picture that made me cry. And now I look at it, and it's just, funnily enough, the same way I felt about looking at all of those pictures, slightly embarrassed, and also I'm now finding it quite funny. Yes. And I'm quite embarrassed that I'm finding it funny, because I'm looking at it just going...
You've turned into Chris Friend.
I
Big old skeptic.
I do feel a bit like that, and I feel a bit embarrassed that I cried about this last time. That's how I feel.
I do think I know what the explanation for this one is. You can actually get iPhone apps where you can put a ghost anywhere you want on the picture, and I've been told that's what that is.
Really?
I now have the iPhone apps.
You've just done that entire item.
Yeah.
Looking back to a couple of weeks ago with the music that we played and the fact that we tried to find some fairly spooky ones, you would have been scared by that.
I would have been scared by that, and I would have been more worrying about how I was going to react later when I'm on my own. It's all very well here, but honestly, I'm not even thinking about it. It's the weirdest thing, and thank you, because I'm not joking. That is going to make a real difference to me.
So to definitively find out one way or the other, you would say, as you sit here now, you are cured.
I am cured.
We're proud of you.
But as you will see, she's better than cured because it's funny.
Yeah.
It's even better.
No, exactly.
Absolutely.
We were observing you through that. You smiled through the whole thing.
That's amazing. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Indeed.
Thank you.
And a lovely excuse to have you back and to do some more
Let's do it again sometime.